winning trophies. I'm inexperienced in a lot of those things.
3-0.
Can you believe it?
Almost lost the cup and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we are bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Ooh, sir, how you doing? How you doing? A dull derby day in Manchester. 0-0 is the result. I know people are hankering for 3 points, but a clean sheet. I think fit and fiery Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes, if they were on their day, we would have had some goals in us. I thought we were the better side.
Sir, we had our chances. City had theirs. I thought De Gea played well. I made a few good saves. I thought our defense, it was bend, don't break. I can only really see one real error that led to a good City chance. But City are a good side, and I think both these teams were intent to draw, unfortunately, and that's the type of game you get. I'd like to see a little more from United come out and try to get the win, the intent to push up the table, especially after dropping out of Champions League. But I have to ask the question, where was this defensive sound setup when we needed a draw against PSG and RB Leipzig? It seems like you attack them, but then you sit back against City when you arguably need the points more in the league.
We didn't attack them. We played a back three. If anything, I feel like we sit back and we played a formation we weren't used to against RB. Today, I think the extra man in midfield with Pogba would allowed us to kind of diffuse City, right? Fred and McTominay having the work rate, and then you have Pogba and Bruno. I just think we were a little scratchy in the final third. Rashford had some good chances over the top. Honestly, if like Marcus usually against City is lights out, and if it was the same case today, you could have had a couple of goals because they did look vulnerable on the break.
I agree, but I have to say that we set up with the intent to defend, and against PSG and RB, we did not do that. We came out trying to attack, and Ole's learned on the job, and I think you have to say, look, maybe Ole didn't get it right against PSG, RB. It almost paid off against PSG, RB. We know how that went. But City, that's a sound performance. You need a draw. Try to hit him on the counter. Take your chances. And I wish I saw that against RB Leipzig. That's all I'm saying. Sir.
No, that's fair because we only needed a draw in today. I'm not saying we played for the draw, but we played conservatively. We played well. We seemed to have our chances on the break. I think Ole went out there knowing that this is a hard team to play. This is City. We can't forget that. They're arguably the second best, third best team in the league. So going out there, getting a point out of it is not the worst result. You kept a clean sheet. The defense played well. Harry played well with a couple big blocks. De Gea came up with one big foot save. And you're on to the next one, sir. Keep moving.
Look, and in December, a lot of fans are going to probably be moaning, like, why didn't we win? Why didn't we go for it? Well, you open that game up. Be careful what you wish for as well. So, we kept it tight. And a draw in December, when you look at these packed fixtures, isn't the worst scenario, right? If you think about it, United can climb up the table Thursday against Sheffield United. We have other games that are more favorable. We got Leeds after that. So draw here and then go on a winning streak. That's what I want as a fan, right? If you have struggle in Sheffield, we go down early and then you go down early at Leeds. I saw a professional performance today that we could build on. And look, we're not looking at the table until Boxing Day, sir. Table day, we're going to call it here on the podcast. So the jury's out as far as I'm concerned. Not the greatest game, not the most exciting game, not the most exciting derby. But hey, sometimes you're going to get it when the fixtures are coming fast and furious.
You are, because there's a lot of games, and this is a hard team. This is the best team we're going to play in December. So you have to keep that in mind, and we have to move on to the next one. So it was a good defensive performance. Offensively, midfield-wise, probably could have done more, but you can't just be overly critical all the time. I think Fergie would have been proud of this performance. He knows that sometimes a point against a big team is not the worst result.
Hey, take a playbook out of, Jose Mourinho, getting points where you need it, wins where you need it. As long as we get these wins when we need it, these next two, sir, that's what we need. We need 6 points from Sheffield United and Leeds. Kick up that table. Come on, United. Sir, quick PSA for the podcast. You can support the American Red Devils on Patreon. We do not have any sponsors on this podcast. We want to be supported directly by you, the fan. That is what me and Alex think is best for this podcast. Keep this content independent. No special interests. We're not selling underwear or anything, sir. Just this pod because, it never sleeps. Support us on Patreon, www.patreon.com/AmericanRedDevils. We post exclusive podcasts there every month. We also have some exclusive content as well. There's 4 tiers you can sign up, anything from $1 a month to $20 a month. And shout out to Jonah Hood, who became a Stretford End supporter. Really appreciate you. Goes a long way keeping the lights on here in the bunker. And if you're not up for Patreon, check out our merch. We have some great merch, hoodies, shirts. We have scarves as well, sir. That's another great thing. Buy a hoodie, buy a shirt, buy a scarf. It supports the podcast. It helps us with our hosting costs, everything under the sun. We love this team. We love this podcast, and we do it for the love of the game, sir. And also check out our blog, www.americanreddevils.com. That's where our store is, and we have amazing fan content, sir. Tell them about the blog.
Blog is absolutely ripping, and it's because we have contributors who are fans, Manchester United fans, and that's what it's all about at the American Red Devils. It's for fans, by fans. So if you want to contribute to the American Red Devils blog, reach out to us at americanreddevils@gmail.com and reach out to us. We'll see what we can do, see if we can find a fit for you. There's another way you can support us, so you can write a review on iTunes. It goes a long way, and if you take a screenshot of a 5-star, hopefully a little cheeky banner as well, send it to americanreddevils@gmail.com with your address. We will hook you up with some new stickers designed by Stan Chow. Not looking bad these days, sir. How you feeling?
No, absolutely. Our new logo, love it. And the blog, that's what this is about. We want to get the fan perspective out there. No strings attached. We have some amazing fan content. Check it out, www.americanreddevils.com. Sir, that is the PSA. Let's jump into the Manchester Derby. Manchester United 0, Manchester City 0 at Old Trafford. Sir, home is just not where we're winning these days.
No, but it's better than conceding a lot. This City game could have gotten ugly. And let's hop into that lineup, sir.
Starting 11, we had Dave saves in net, Lindelof, Maguire center back pairing. We had Wan-Bissaka on the right, Shaw on the left. Then we had a midfield cobbled together here in a diamond with Fred at the base of it, allegedly. Then we had McTominay. Then we had Pogba and Bruno playing 10, and then Rashford and Greenwood up top in a 2. Sometimes it was a diamond. When we defend, it looked like 4-4-3 with Bruno as a false 9. We were switching from defense to attack. Up top, Rashford, Greenwood switching. Sir, a lot going on here for United. Maybe a little too much, but the defense didn't bend. What'd you make of this 11?
I liked it when I saw it. I liked the back 4, and I liked the McTominay-Fred midfield with Bruno and another playmaker, whether it be Pogba in this instance or Donny or Amata. I like that, and then 2 strikers up front. What's not to like, sir? It looks like you're playing for the midfield. It's all about the midfield. The games we won and lost there.
Clearly, Cavani injured out, and obviously the beast, Phil Jones, not on the bench either. Look, Martial was on the bench. Glad to see that. Also, we had Van de Beek, Matic, Mata, Bailly, Telles, Henderson, a lot of different players you can bring and switch things up. So a strong 11 and bench for United. I thought we could have. I actually expected us to win this game, sir. RB, I was uncertain because it was away and obviously the pressure on the game. But here I thought we could pip a win. Jumping in first half, game comes out a little cagey. Both teams not wanting to concede. You could kind of see it. City was able to win possession early in the midfield and kind of put us on the back foot, but we did look organized when City were passing it around like the soft Pep Guardiola side they are. 11th minute, great chance for United from a corner. Ball flicks to the far corner. McTominay, mixed sauce. I thought this was a goal. Almost had a tap in, sir. What a play.
Almost had a tap in. We looked dangerous from corners today, which is good because that has been an area where we needed to improve. McTominay, if he stays on his feet, it could be a goal, but that's kind of the way the game went today.
17th minute, half chance for Bruno Fernandes. Tries a great pass on a first-time volley in the box, but just misses. This is a great ball. It would be a world-class goal for Bruno. We've seen him do it before. He was just a little off today. 29th minute, another great chance for Maguire from a corner. Maguire's got to be putting these in the net, sir. Obviously, he's wearing the captain's armband. You'd love to see Maguire score these headers.
You do, and he played really well defensively, bailed out, when our midfielders gave the ball away, and he looked really resolute at the back. But we're a bigger side than City, and they're vulnerable defending corners. So you got to have Maguire coming in with a couple of those goals. He's deserved, not deserved. He should have scored 5 more at this point over his United career.
35th minute, United give it away. City break. Mars is found in space with the box. De Gea makes a good foot save. City had some good opportunities here. We made another mistake in the first half where Lindelof came far up the field. Wan-Bissaka didn't mark. Led to another great City chance, but De Gea saved it again. So I think in the first half, 40th minute, Lindelof went close from a corner, but I have to say, I think the chances went City's way in the first half. They did fade. They started stronger and kind of faded as the half went on. Either way, I thought this was going to be a draw all day. I didn't see much from either side.
It was a razor's edge. I mean, I think arguably United had better chances. We just didn't make anything of them. But City, they were always there. It's like if we gave the ball away in the midfield, whether it was Fred or Pogba, they looked dangerous. So it was a cagey match. It's two good teams going for 3 points. And, like you said, neither really wanted to concede. So really both were going for 1 point.
Second half, nothing changed from Ole there. I didn't think anything needed to change at half. There was kind of an injury shot on Fred. He kind of had a hip injury, put some water on it, looked fine after that. Again, second half starts how the first half came out as well. 47th minute, Rashford, a great ball in, awarded the penalty, but unfortunately we pray to the VAR gods, not our day. He was offside, so way off on this one. Shame on Marcus Rashford, but this could have been a goal, otherwise a penalty. I mean, great opportunity for United. This was the game. If we get this, we win. If we don't, we lose.
Yeah, and there's all these
draw. Sorry, not lose.
Yeah, draw. Feels like a loss to some people, but Rashford, Bruno, it's like it was the last third pass. It was like all just wasn't quite there because the game was certainly there to be won for United. We had our chances. Probably the best chances were early in the second half, and then both teams just seemed content with the draw.
After this was a little lull for United. We kind of fell to sleep, let City back in it. It led to the 68-minute chance. Big block from Maguire in the box, shut down Jesus after City had a spell of good play. We kind of got lulled to sleep. We kind of got too content, and that kind of allowed City to jump into it. Ole obviously saw that 74th minute, put on Martial for Greenwood, sir. Back and forth. De Gea had another nice save close to the end of the match. Not much doing. 0-0 draw, 1 point for each side. A Manchester derby to forget. Lindelof did put in a good challenge in the second half, I will say. That was like an old school derby challenge.
He did. And I thought United, they worked their tail off. It's good to see high work rate. This game could have easily been a win for United. I think they're the better side, but you can't ruin your chances. You're on to the next one. But it's always been the problem with United is like we get those chances, we have our opportunity, and we just get a little ahead of ourselves. And that was we'd be on the break and we would just like not make the right pass, or someone would take it on instead of passing it. So another day, dude. On to the next one.
Sorry, you might be a little biased to the United camp a little bit. Stats, 46% of the ball for United, 54% to City. I thought we had more of the ball. We looked good when we were passing it quicker up top. 2 shots on target for each side. 9 total shots for United, 7 to City. Corners 4-3. Pretty even across the board. I think the ref could have given a few more yellows to City. But, no complaints really about the referee today. And Manchester United have failed to score in 3 home games this season, one more than in the whole of the 2019-2020 campaign at Old Trafford. And that's already unbelievable. Home is not our place to play right now, and there's no fans, right? So we hope fans can come back at a Leeds match, sir, in a week. Apparently maybe 2,000 fans might be allowed back into Old Trafford. Maybe that's the catalyst for us kicking on at home, but our home form has been miserable to date. And you hate to see it.
Sir, it's a coliseum of football, and it's meant to hold 76,000 Manx or United fans screaming their voices off for United. So playing without fans in that kind of arena is going to be difficult. So I think the sooner we get some fans back, even if it's 2,000, will help, because it just I can't imagine it adds to our side the fact that we're going to play in that giant arena and it's empty.
No, absolutely. And then Ole's presser not available, but because we're recording right after the match, I bet he has a lot of nice things to say, sir. We did see Pep Guardiola's interview. He's basically happy with the draw. I think that's going to be a lot of pleasantries. They're a tough side, played well defensively, got a draw. Here we go. On to the next match, sir. Any other comments on the Manchester United matchup here? I mean, it's a tough one to pass on. A lot of fans are going to want us to slate them a little bit. You want to win. You want to win in the derby.
You do, and you want to win, but that was a tough game against a tough team that wants to beat us too, and we went out there and had good chances to win the game. Didn't. That's the way the cookie crumbles, baby. That's the way the world goes round. You can't sweat it, and you got to move on to the next one, get better, and hopefully the team's learning, Ole's learning. Sheffield, baby. Let's go down to Bramall Lane.
Bramble, baby. We are watching Everton versus Chelsea right now. Sigurdsson with the penalty, and he slides it in. Everton 1-0 over the Chelsea scum. Absolutely love to see that, sir. Just a little score update.
Upgrade in the bunker, sir. We got games on now. I love it, sir. Love it. Love this game, baby.
Yeah, I've recently moved out, and I had an old TV that I didn't need, so we put it in the bunker, and now we can watch the opposition games while we're recording the pod, sir. Great to see Everton ahead. Let's just hope they pip Chelsea and then lose to us. You know, you always want it. But, sir, there's a next match. We got Sheffield United versus Manchester United. Like you said, the Bramall Lane. I love that name of that stadium. Thursday, December 17th, 12 p.m. Pacific, sir. Boy, do I miss that Cantona chant from the away fans for Manchester United. First, Sheffield United. Games 145, drawn 16, lost 34. Last 5, we've won 4, drawn 1, sir. We have their number. Sheffield United faded. I don't check the table, but I've heard that they're playing very poorly coming into this match. First time we played was November 1893. United lost 3-1 in the league. Sheffield United, a little history here. They were formed in 1889 as an offshoot of Sheffield United Cricket Club and are named the Blaze due to Sheffield's history of steel production. A little history of 1889. Coca-Cola Company is originally incorporated. Sir, that's ballin'. I don't drink much Coca-Cola anymore, unfortunately. Do you?
On occasion, I could Coke Zero, sir. Why not?
I like when I'm traveling on a plane.
Like a Mexican Coke, like an old school bottled with the cane sugar.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Like pre-COVID, like going on a plane,
traveling, fun stuff.
I
Never go to restaurants.
I
That
have
was
a
cool.
Coca-Cola. Yeah, exactly.
I have a pint.
Yeah, but at home, I'm not like buying 12 packs of Coca-Cola anymore. Also, the Eiffel Tower was inaugurated in Paris. Vincent van Gogh painted Starry Night in 1889. So you commented you loved 1889. So are you going to switch from a United fan to a Blades fan?
Oh, never, sir. But just a lot of interesting stuff happened. Eiffel Tower opened. Starry Night's getting paid. Coca-Cola. I think they had cocaine in Coca-Cola back in the day, sir.
It was a good year. It was a good year. 1889.
A lot of soot.
They have played, Sheffield United have played at Bramall Lane since their formation, old school Bramall Lane. And Sheffield United won the original Football League in 1898 and the FA Cup in 1899, 1902, 1915, and 1925. So they were a baller. They were balling out from the beginning of the foundation of football, sir. Old school Sheffield United. And for most of the club's history, they played in red and white stripes with black shorts. Their closest rivals are Sheffield Wednesday, with whom they contest the Steel City Derby. I love that Steel City Derby.
And that's where Harry Maguire comes from. Slabhead. It's a hard town, Sheffield. So, we need him hard.
I don't know how hard Harry Maguire is after he was almost crying in the post-game presser on RB Leipzig. We need a little Steel City in Harry. He's got to kind of pick that up at the back. Physio room injuries, like we mentioned, Phil Jones, Cavani, the only 2 out. Given those injuries, sir, who do you have starting against Sheffield United?
This is what I got. I think Hendo is ready for a start. I'm going to do AWB, Twanzebe, Maguire, and Telles. Give Lindelof a well-deserved break. And I'm going to do a midfield of Matic, Donny van de Beek, and Mata, and a front 3 of Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood since Cavani's out.
I'm going to say same back 5, Hendo, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Twanzebe, except I'm going to switch out Shaw. Pogba, McTominay, midfield 2. I think we have to put Pogba in there, have a little spice. Bruno, Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood. I think you got to go at Sheffield United. We need to start. You got to be thinking about it in when you're playing Champions League and you need a point, you try to draw teams. And when you're in the league and you're trying to win 21 times, you got to win games. And so, I am a little frustrated about the City draw and then the send it everything in the kitchen sink with PSG and RB. And like I said, always learn on the job, so I'll forgive him for that one. But we got to be winning games in the league. Got to have intent to win against Sheffield United. Weak team, kill them off early, get subs in. Tons of holiday fixtures. Let's go, sir. Booking the bookies. Sheffield United plus 480. The draw plus 290. Manchester United heavy favorites at minus 163. Clearly, we're the odds-on favorite. What is your score prediction?
Sir, I'm calling 3-0. United go down with intent to win, and they win. Roll, just cut open those blades. On to the next one.
3-0, sir.
On the road, baby. We're good on the road,
3-0. Okay. I'm going to say 2-0. I'll say 2-0. I have to, maybe more, sir, 2-1. Maybe
1-0 penalty.
2-1. They score 1. We come back with 2. I mean, I love this team. I don't think we got it all figured out yet. So I'm going to say 2-1. Final prediction here. 3 points. Sir, and then it's, on to the next one. We got a busy December schedule. Sir, United in the news. Covering all the best United news around the world, sir. Manchester United and rival City are both interested in Erling Holland. Next summer, Borussia Dortmund considering cashing in on their striker before his £65 million release clause comes into effect. So the cheeky Riola deal, sir. We talk about Riola all day on this podcast. He's the deal. Holland coming from RB to Dortmund was always meant to sell him, right? Because they have this automatic £65 million release clause that comes into effect. But if they sell him early, then they can cash in. So Dortmund kind of motivated to sell here. United City, Madrid interested. Madrid has some financial issues.
So do we.
We're basically broke because of the Glazers. City have all the money in the world. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, people saying Ole out. Holland's Norwegian. They got the Norwegian connect. I would think he would shun City to unite with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United. I have to think Holland does rate and want to work with Ole one day.
I hate to say it, bro, because I just hate to say it. I've seen enough. Holland feels like a City player, bro. Like they're due for just a new striker to replace Aguero. He would make total sense. And you can kind of see it. You can kind of see it. I kind of see it. I'd love to have him at United, but I think the chance to get him at United was January. That was the time we had it. Norway. And the fact that we didn't get it, it's on the Glazers, man. We weren't spending money there.
No, obviously, so our big target's the right wing. Sancho plays with Holland. We've always been trying to sign Sancho. But then Holland is really linked to United because of Ole, and Holland is like, he scored 33 goals in 26 starts there.
He's a machine, bro. He's like the best striker in the world.
He's 20 years old. So just, you put him in this United side, I think he's going to do pretty well. He's exactly what we need. United of old would sign this player. We need to go blockbuster, get him at all costs right now. This is the type of signing we need to change the team. You can put a Rashford on the wing, Martial on the ring, Holland at number 9. Cavani's obviously aged. He's not, you need that young upcoming striker. Like you said, City are losing out on Aguero, but famously, David Silva, Aguero were coming to United. They went to City. Erling Holland coming to United, goes to City. That happens more. It's going to be a long time till 21, sir.
No, it is. It is. And to think about it, if Ole had gotten the players that he had been picked, right, he would have had Holland, Sancho, and Bruno Fernandes. The guy does have an eye for talent. It's just that the board ain't getting him who he wants. Because if he had those players, that'd be a hell of a team.
No, I don't think we would have gotten Bruno if the Holland deal didn't fall through. Because it was like early, we're strong Holland. Ole was playing coy. Then we don't get Holland, and then the Bruno deal kind of happened. So almost not signing Holland could have led to Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, but in theory, dude, a club that should have a lot more cash than we had a year ago should be buying both players.
No, I rate him. I see him at Madrid, but again, I haven't researched the financial problems of Madrid because I'm looking at the financial problems of Manchester United. Clearly, City don't have any financial problems, but I'd love to see Holland at Manchester United. Next bit of news: Manchester United's FA Cup tie against Watford has been officially scheduled after the third round draw took place last week. We will be playing the Hornets, sir. Obviously, championship side now, Saturday, January 2021, sir. It will be a noon kickoff. Great to see it. And this year is a little different in the FA Cup. Usually there are replays if we draw, and instead you're going to see extra time followed by a penalty shootout. I think that's a pretty exciting change in the format. The whole replay the match if you tie is like a riot. So I'm glad that we have the extra time in pens because there's so many fixtures. Last year we saw that happen with the FA Cup. Tying, having to replay, it kind of messes up the whole schedule. So I do like how they're doing extra time penalties this year.
Well, they already have games to catch up on. They're Premier League games. We don't know when they're going to fit in. So there's no reason to have multiple replays. And they're just untenable at this point.
Yeah, at least they made a concession here. They didn't give 5 subs, but FA Cup did change. Next bit of news here. Pogba going to Juventus, sir. Obviously, Riola, the comments today, Pogba played. I guess let's first touch on, what do you make of Ole starting Pogba today? What do you think of his performance?
I mean, I thought he played okay. He gave the ball away a couple times in the first half, but Paul Pogba always has a great pass in his locker. He unlocked a couple times Marcus Rashford. So, it makes sense to play him because we got to sell him. And the only way we're going to sell him is if he goes back to the old Paul Pogba, shows what he's capable of. And in theory, like pumps up his market value because we got to sell him. And the more he plays, if he plays well, you would think that would help get him out the door.
Yeah, and I actually think that, the deal on the table, at least you should think about Pogba as far as transfer windows, right? So we had the last summer, obviously COVID, no one's going to pay for Paul Pogba, so he's not going to go. January, he can go. Obviously, the window opens soon. The only deal that's on the table is going to be Juventus, right? We've heard the links, Juventus. They got Ramsey. They got a bunch of players that are surplus there. A lot of wages. They probably want to get off the books. Rumors of Ronaldo. But right now, from the Juventus side, we've been hearing the Dybala-Pogba swap deal. Essentially, Dybala almost came to United, if you remember, last January. He didn't want to come. It was a wages thing. And I don't think he wanted to play for United, but he demanded a ton of money. He would come if they just paid him insane amounts of money, which we've done that before and it hasn't worked out. So now it's sort of the Dybala deal back on. Dybala, 27 years old, center attacking midfielder. He can play right wing, sir. He's sharp. He was the MVP of Serie A last season. He's valued at £72 million. Honestly, swapping Pogba and Dybala wouldn't be the worst deal because you look at Pogba now, you think 50, 55 if you're lucky in this environment. Yeah. And I think really a swap deal, clearly I want Ronaldo, but we talked about the chances of that happening very low. And Dybala would probably be the next best player. They were talking about Pjanic, like really surplus players, but like a Dybala for Pogba, that's a win for United.
It is, as long as Dybala wants to play for Manchester United and isn't another Alexis Sanchez that just coming for a payday. So if he wants to come, wants to win silver, wants to play with Bruno Fernandes and all these young, talented English forwards.
But Pogba doesn't want to play for United, so it's like...
Yeah, but you don't want to trade out one bad egg for another bad egg that doesn't want to be there. So if
when it comes to swap deals, you're kind of limited.
You are. But so it's like, I hope Dybala is coming for the right reasons.
Okay, what's better? Pogba for Pjanic? Or Pogba.
Yeah, Dybala's a player,
Dybala,
bro. He would fit in with this team well. He's a player. He could play all over the pitch. But dude, why didn't he want to come
last time? They got the
time?
South American connect a little bit. I like that. You got the young Uruguayan players. He's Argentinian. I like that. And
Brazil. It's all like
I can get excited for that because you're talking about not getting a lot for Paul Pogba, who's a player. And if you can get someone like Dybala, I rate that. Obviously, I think the move is Ronaldo. Bring Ronaldo back. Sir, CR7 again, OT, we win 21.
Ain't happening, bro.
Then he goes MLS.
But I'd rather take a Dybala than a Dembele because Dybala's a player, right? Looked lights out in Serie A, whereas Dembele can't get a match.
Absolutely, totally agree. But I think the Juventus swap will be on. The question is, how good can Eddie make the deal, which we know he struggles at. So, next news here: Bruno EPL Player of the Month. I mean, sir, I think it's safe to say we all know Bruno's the man. He won Premier League Player of the Month, Manchester United Player of the Month, Manchester United Goal of the Month. The accolades keep coming for Bruno Fernandes. Can he keep it up? I mean, he's got durability. He's not injured, knock on wood. Obviously, he goes down. This would be a totally different season. So, I'm happy, but I'm also a little cautious. We rely on him a little too much.
Yeah, we do. We certainly do. I mean, he is the heartbeat of this team. He has world-class output at this point. I mean, his production is insane since he's joined United. And to be honest, it was insane before he joined United. It was just he was in the Portuguese league, and everyone thought there's no way he can do that in the English Premier League. So what he's done has been nothing short of incredible, sir. He's lifted this team up. It's just that you're right. If he goes down injured, it's a big hole to fill.
But it's also similar where you have to hashtag Glazers Out. Take that angle where you bring in a Bruno, you can't just ride him until he's broken down. You got to bring in players and build around him. And I think we heard a lot of talk from Ed Woodward, how Ole's the man and he's going to back him and all this stuff. Well, it's like, I don't trust Eddie at all. I need him to show it. And I look at the balance sheet with 58 million, sir, with no fans and the club's losing money and the Glazers taking their dividend. And I'm like, okay, how are we going to buy Holland? I mean, are you going to sell more commercial rights? Is it going to be if you do Maui Gym Stadium and that gets me Erling Haaland, sir, I might be in.
But sir, you nailed it. The one thing you said, sir, is that they're still paying the dividend, which means they don't give a fuck about competing. Because if they did, it's a pandemic. They haven't had fans in the stadium since the City game with the 2-0 McTominay screamer. And they're still taking a dividend. That tells you everything you need to know about the lovely Glazer family who owns this club. It's a cash cow. It's nothing else. They're going to suck every ounce of blood out of this stone. until there's nothing left and they can just throw it on the side of the highway. That's their approach, bro.
Sir, we got a Glazers Out sale. We got Avram Glazer.
It never ends. The sale is on forever.
Oh yeah, we got Avram Glazer clown nose t-shirts, $14.99. The Glazers Out scarf, $9.99. Sir, we are selling discounted merch to promote the Glazers getting out of this club. That's why we'll never get a press pass at Manchester United. We say it like it is, and that's why how we want it, because American Red Devils. For fans, by fans, always. Speaking of fans, sir, we have some great banter. Thank you for everyone who tweeted us on Twitter, giving us your comments, questions, and everything in between, sir. Feeling like the salt's coming on. At T. Zolski, that was terrible. Had to be the most boring derby ever. The only good thing to come from that game, we didn't lose. That was a City team there for the taking. I agree. They were there for the taking.
No doubt. I think sharper play up front, and their chances to be had. But it was a cagey match, and hopefully the next one's more entertaining.
At Icy1 on Twitter, we again missed so many chances. We have to be better in the final third. I agree. We were talking on the couch. If you showed all the highlights of Rashford on the break, something's happening. Just like can't get the ball under him, not getting the right touch. He's kind of like a 3-game slide. It happens to strikers. Obviously, I rate Rashford, sir, but we did have those chances. You alluded to that too. Bruno, a misplaced ball here and there.
Yeah, we just it's that Ferrari. It's still rickety, and we probably have a hard time getting from first to second gear. But a sharper United side would open up that City side. So yeah, everyone's going to rue the missed chances, but you got to talk about the positives today. And defensively, we look pretty solid.
The positives, sir.
Excuse
At Dave
factory.
Paz on Twitter. Well, I wasn't tired before the game, but now I am. Boring, no urgency, no speed, no fight. But we didn't lose. Glass half full there. That's a positive. You like that pun. At MJFit16, quote, I'll take it, I guess. Team defended well. Rashford could have been sharper, right? But you got to forgive Marcus Rashford because he's an MBE. Solving child poverty in the UK. He's absolute class. Marcus at the Alex Davis 33, quote, next time I can't sleep, I'll just rewatch this match. We'd have won if City didn't have an unfair advantage. They're so used to playing important matches in front of no fans. They've been doing it for years.
That's a top tweet. That's a top tweet.
That's some banner right there. That's what the American Red Devils is all about, right? At United Dondo, boring game. Neither team looked like they wanted to win. Seems like both sides were content with the draw. Not disappointed, but not happy either, sir. I think that's it's a meh.
Dude, nobody likes a 0-0 draw. We wanted a 4-0 thump, but meh.
I actually think that would be a good rule. Try to just bring a little America to soccer. You draw 0-0, you don't get a point.
What, 0 points all around?
No, yeah, 0-0. If neither team scores, you don't get a point. But if each team scores, then you get a point. You don't like it?
No, I don't like that rule.
Why not?
No.
Well, because you don't get anything if you don't score. I think that's kind of America.
Defense wins titles, my man. Offense wins games. Defense wins titles.
No, I know. Just spitballing, sir.
Banter.
That's why I don't run the English Premier League. At Greek Fest 1981, quote, the best part of this game was watching it on Telemundo El Manchester United, sir. I love Telemundo. We watched the entire...
It's true.
I'll tell you what, it's funny when I hear everyone tweeting about Graham Lasso and all these guys, and then we watch it on Telemundo, and we're just watching the game, and there's no nothing makes us upset, because the banter on NBC is so bad. Even the post game with Rebecca Lowe is like, is a draw good enough for Manchester United? Is asked in a way that's negative to United, not negative to City.
Nope.
It's like they're trolling United fans. I really don't understand why they just don't like Manchester United. I think it's because they all grew up not fans of United during the peak time of, Manchester United title, sir.
Hated, adored, never ignored. There's a reason, dude. That's why it's United fans against the world. And we got to stick up for each other, especially NBC. It's like, I ain't got no time to listen to that crew of jokers talking about my favorite team.
At Michael72, quote, defense played a really solid game, and hats off to Pogba. He showed up today. As far as our offense today showed how reliant we are on Bruno and Rashford. They looked rusty, and we didn't look threatening at all going forward. Take the point and move on. That's why also Cavani, mix it up front. I like that, because Greenwood, no one's talking about Greenwood, but he was kind of missing. And it's like you like to bring in maybe a Cavani for Greenwood late. Little hoofball action, head it down, get it to a few attacking players. I think being able to change the dynamic. And I think the number one thing we always got to harp on the pod, Ole has not gotten his signings.
Yeah.
You look at Sterling. If we had Jadon Sancho, it'd be a different game.
Pep got 2 center backs, right? Super Frank got all of his players. You got to keep that in mind. We do. They never mentioned that, and that's worth keeping in mind. It's like he didn't get any of his players.
At JGW300, quote, wasn't awful, wasn't great. Another snooze fest of 2 teams trying not to lose. Both back fours look vulnerable, but no capitalizing. I would agree there. And at Burkett Mets, a snooze, but a good point. Coming off an awful defensive performance and overall disappointment midweek, a clean sheet was vital. We can build from here over a busy festive period. Let's smash the Blades. Hashtag glory, glory, Man United. Burkett Mets, he gets it. That's the podcast, sir. That's the tweet to end on. It's true. Defensive errors, fixed them. Let's build on this. Consistency in the league, sir. That's what's going to win. And the draw against City, looking back on it, is not going to be the worst, especially after the devastating loss against RB Leipzig. To be able to hold. That's what we needed.
Brick by brick, baby. This is not going to be a straight line up. It's going to be ups and downs. It's going to be a rocky road.
Oh, we know it, sir. It's been. It's probably 8 years. Or no, we're not at 8 years. We're 7 years.
It's going to be a solid day. It's going to be a decade. Solid decade.
This will be 8 seasons since Fergie, right? So it's going to be a solid run, sir. That is it. That's the podcast. We appreciate a brief podcast, sir. Obviously, the draw, not much to talk about, but breaking down United all around. We appreciate all the fans who listen to it. This podcast for fans, by fans, the banter you guys have on Twitter. Thank you so much. We love to get the fan perspective of United out there, sir. Support the podcast. Check out our online store. Grab some merch. That helps us keep the lights on. You can support us on Patreon. If you're like official writer, love the pod, Patreon's the way to do it. Write a review, sir. We have some amazing downloads the last 7 days. Hit us with our top city, sir.
Number 1, how you doing? Wow. It's got to be Dublin, Ireland. Appreciate it. Number 2, Alexandria, Virginia. Chicago, Illinois. Marsta, Sweden. Upplands Vasby, Sweden. Sir, keep us going.
San Francisco, California. Oslo, Norway. Atlanta, Georgia. Gilbert, Arizona. Los Angeles, California. And then number 11, Manchester, United Kingdom. Have another dark ale, sir. We got a dark ale for Ireland. We got a dark ale for Manchester. I can't wait to be back watching games in Manchester, having some dark ales in the pubs, sir. Fish and chips, the good food, bit of banner. Absolutely love it. The Lowry, stay at the Lowry Hotel.
Hard to beat, sir.
Dude, stay at the Lowry Hotel, hanging out with Laurent Blanc. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, like, Champions League night, staying. I mean, we thought the players were going to stay at the Lowry, which is why we went there.
They sometimes do.
They stayed at the Hilton Garden Inn. I've stayed there before too. I know midweek it depends, And then, well, guess what?
They're back at the Lowry. They're back at the Lowry, by the way.
Yeah, I know some games, but this is the tip. If you go for a Champions League game, all the United legends who are going in, commenting, and doing all that stuff at the Old Trafford, they're all staying at the Lowry. So you go there. Afterwards, you go to the bar, and it's like literally like over there, it's like Laurent Blanc, Andy Gray. I mean, obviously, you just see all these big English football, commenters and, players, and that's the way to do it. I can't wait, sir. Can't wait to be back.
They ain't stayed at hotel football, bro. I'll tell you that. They're at the Lowry.
Yeah, it's not bad, sir.
It's not bad.
It's
a good spot.
I could get used to the Lowry Hotel.
They got a great little bar.
Great little bar, big room, sir. We stick out like a sore thumb. I'll tell you.
American Red Devils, baby.
That's how we do it, sir. Anything else for the pod? You feeling good about Sheffield United?
Sir, I'm feeling good about, sir, this team is not good for your health. I'm never feeling that good about a game. We need a win. We should go for a win. I just want to see like a team with intent go out there, try and score goals, because that's what United fans want. You score some goals, everybody's in good spirits.
Bramall Lane, here we come. As always.
Kicking them blue.